Hey guys, Stealth here and welcome back to Shipyard Champions. Today we have a challenge, a heck of a challenge. The war is raging on and the Admiral has ordered the whole fleet out to meet an entire armada spotted to the north. Unfortunately, this is not your battle. An enemy modernized dreadnought has somehow slipped by unnoticed and is now too close to our port for the help to arrive in time before it can bombard us. Fortunately, we happen to have an older dreadnought still in port. It just recently pulled out of mothballs and it's awaiting a refit. Use this to go and repel or delay the enemy. There also happens to be a couple of older training ships around that we might be able to call in at a possible cost if we're desperate enough. Now, I can bring in the battleship, that's mandatory. I can also choose to bring in a heavy cruiser or a light cruiser or two DDs. But they are going to be cadets, and I will lose a point for every optional ship lost because I'm dragging trainees into real combat, which of course they're not exactly ready for. Now, the enemy forces have 10 years of tech advantage on us, which in 1915 to 1925 might not be that bad yet. We shall see. There are some optional challenges. You may take on the German dreadnought Eindrilling for double of your total score. This is made to be very challenging, but doable. Or I may take on the Japanese dreadnought Zankoku-sa for triple of your total score. Now, it says this is made with cruel intent, suggested only to those looking for a real hard challenge. I'm going to go with the middle route. I'll take on the German Eindrilling. Scoring, 3 points if you bring down the enemy battleship to 50% structural or survive 3 hours of in-game time. Long enough for help from the fleet to return. 1 point if you ram the enemy battleship. 2 points if you actually sink the enemy battleship. So, let's say I achieve all of those. I am able to bring the battleship down and sink it. So that's 5 points, and I might get a ram in, that's 6 points. I can double that for a total of 12 points. Alternatively, you can just run away, but of course that would not give you any points. You can just say, well, I can survive for no, that does give you points. I can survive for 3 hours of in-game time, but that would basically be very boring, wouldn't it? So that's not what I'm going to do. Now, weather and daytime are my choosing. So I'm going to go into a storm, and I'm going to do that at night. Because I believe that if I have a 10-year tech disadvantage with an old dreadnought against something that's supposedly difficult, maybe I can sneak in under the cover of darkness. Maybe. We shall see. Now, my British battle cruiser, sorry, my British dreadnought has this weird hull form. The French any better? Yes, this is slightly better. I can probably make this work. Now, I am not going for long-range firepower because I simply won't win that. I'm not going for torpedo launchers because I cannot bring enough torpedo launchers to bear. So that leaves me with either ramming the whole thing to death and hoping that that'll work out, or trying to get close enough to lay waste to that thing with some fairly small bits of firepower. Short-range guns. That's going to be the plan. I'm thinking I'm going to saw off the barrels of the ship. This is going to improve the rate of fire. It's going to be a very, very close knife fight. And seeing as I have no limitations on my own year, I should be able to get an okay, fairly survivable battleship out there. Let's go with an unbalanced rudder, anti-torp, double hull bottom, survivability as best as I can get it. Okay. Next up, main tower. Normally, I would say bring the best main tower that you can, because you're getting quite a lot of base accuracy in this one, as well as long-range accuracy. But we're going into a storm. I won't see the target anyway. So perhaps an advanced tower like this is going to be good enough. The only thing I'm now going to be comparing is damage control and base accuracy. It's 31.5 and 25, or it's going to be 28.5 and 22. So it's 3 points, but this thing weighs 1,100 tons more. I don't really like that. I think that 29 base accuracy versus 31 for something that's 900 tons lighter is good enough. Secondary tower. Pretty much the same deal. I don't need all the super fancy gear. Base accuracy is valuable though. I'm only getting 5 here. And I'm getting 14 over there, plus more damage control. So this is the one we're going with. Holy moly, they give me a lot of funnel options here. I think one large funnel ought to do it, considering that I'm only doing, what, 20 knots? Yeah, I'm really slow. Okay. It is very, very challenging not to go for the fire meta again. For the simple reason that it works so well. And if you get a ship that has a wide beam, you can add a lot of secondary guns to this thing. Which might very well succeed in burning down the enemy. So I think that that is what I'm going to do. I get the 9-inch Mark III, 10-inch Mark III, even the 11-inch Mark III, the 12? Wow. I wasn't expecting fairly advanced gear like this. Can this work? Nope. That's not considered a medium gun, unfortunately. Does that work? That does work. Okay. Now the plan is to go broadside as quickly as possible. So I'm bringing a lot of probably smaller guns. Because what my 8-inch... 8-inch is a Mark II? Whatever. I don't need an 8-incher if I'm going to go for burning things to death. I can use a 5-incher. Just like a lot of 5-inchers. So let's put these things on. Now normally you get a pretty decent range with these 10 kilometers. 10 and a bit for HE. Let's first up the charge. Make sure they got the right type of ammunition. Maximum HE shells, yes. Same for the secondaries, yes. We're looking at a range of 7.9. What happened? Was that because of dew powder? 10% gun range. 7% gun range less. But also slightly, well, substantially less chance to blow yourself up. Okay, I'll accept that. Now, the rate of fire on these is probably not that spectacular yet. So we're looking at a rate of fire of 4 rounds a minute, 15-second reload, give or take a few. Increase the reload. Now we're looking at 12.9 seconds. And now we're going to take the buzzsaw to these things and take 10% off. This is going to give them less accuracy, but also a a less than 10-second reload. Thought I'd get fancy there, but no. Range is only 4 kilometers, but we're going in under cover of night. Which should be more than I need. It should be more than enough. Ooh, hold on. Hold on. These can still turn. Check. I'm thinking put this here, put this here, put another one of those there. More guns, more better. Now, of course, the ship is going to have to require a main gun, because otherwise it won't even let you leave port. So we're going to go with a triple 9-incher on the stern and call that a day. Put this here. Put this here. Put you, my dear friend, over there. Can I put 2 of these? Oh, close. But no. Not quite. What I might be able to do is bring yet another, though. Like a tall one for small guns. Like that one. Because then I can do this. 5, 5, 5. Pull this in slightly. Put this here. Oh, come on. You know you want to. Okay, that ought to do it. Casemate guns. I'm not so sure they're going to be a good idea. Because some of these might impede the movement of some of the other guns, but no. Seems to be working. Okay, perfect. Pitch is awful. Whatever. Where we're going, we don't need a lot of accuracy. We just need a massive shell volume. So that's what I'm doing. The rest, armor this thing. 20 inches of belt armor, 17 inches forebelt, 17 inches aft belt. I don't know, 10 inches superstructure, because reasons. And then... even the 5-inch casemates are maxed out already. So are the side for the 5-inch turrets. That's pretty impressive. We're going to take 20% off of the 9-inch gun. We're going to take 20% off of the casemates. Giving me 9-inch gun, 15-second reload. It's not too bad. I do feel a little bit bad about HE spamming again. But it just works extremely well. Which is sad, but it's the reality of the game at the moment. Okay, give me a, I don't know, 13-inch there and about 20-inch conning tower. There. Okay, I can add torpedoes just for good measure. Chance that I'll actually make these work, not that high. But hey, might as well have them. Make them fast torps. Okay. Let's go with the Blazer. We're going out in the blaze of glory. One way or another way. Something is going to burn. Here we are, 10 clicks away from the target. Unfortunately, I think I might have been detected. Oh, never mind. They lost smoke. They lost smoke. They lost sight. Perfect. Hold on to that thought. I can do 16 knots in this storm. That's actually pretty good for a ship like this. Probably, like, part of me would like to be on this ship. The other part goes, well, probably going to be a bit seasick if you're not bounding around the ship. Let's see. Can the fire spam win again? Enemy battleship detected, 2.8 kilometers out. Turn to port. Come at me, bro. Yeah, they can't very well do a whole lot of damage, but they're probably going to give it a very good try. Angle the ship, and ricochets. Isn't that glorious? Oh boy. I think it's working extremely well. I do need to try and get a ram on this ship before it burns to death. Ceasefire. Because the ram is worth a point. No, 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 no. Dude, not like that. I do need at least some speed if I want to be able to catch you. Okay, keep blazing away at it. Because I'd rather have at least some points by getting this thing down to 50% structural integrity, and not getting the ramming points. They've lost 9% of their crew. 10%. Standard crew quarters. 12%. Oh, Blazer's taking a lot of damage. Ooh. This short range, they're definitely going to go right through the side. Especially if I'm broadside like this. Come on. 22% crew lost. Fire! Oh, I'm gonna sink. 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 26% crew loss. Come on, give in to the extensive fire. Yeah, she's gone. Oh, 27% crew lost. Their ship, that is. A bit more, and I would have had it. So, no points for sinking the battleship, no points for ramming, no points for bringing it down to 50% structural, or surviving. But, as I said, I did go out in a blaze of glory. Hope the other guys did better. Be sure to check them out, linked down below in the description. Thank you for watching, guys. I'll see you soon for more.